Mayungod to kinatong tinen. My dear friends, such a very good reminder for all of us in this time of calamities, in these times of trials, and even shaken to the very foundation of the core of our very being, the prayer of the apostles in our gospel today, where they ask Jesus for an increase of faith. For among other things that they could possibly ask, they could even possibly ask the Lord, Lord, increase our knowledge, because the people who did not believe in you are more intelligent than us. Or maybe perhaps, Lord, increase our allowance. Hindi namin makaabot sa lagyong lugar kay mahal ng kayo og plite. Or maybe perhaps, Lord, increase our courage so that we can go further in obeying your commands. But of all the other things that they could possibly ask, why the increase of faith is the one that they identified. It is because this is the very foundation of who we are as followers of the Lord. The very foundation of our name Christians, and the very foundation in which the other gifts would also increase. When we find ourselves increasing in faith, we are also increasing our hope. For the person who has faith is also the person who has hope, believing that good things will just surely come. Not in our own time, not in our liking, but the time that God designates. That after all the troubles, after all the storms in life, sun will always shine afterwards. So also after our difficulties, the Lord will continue to let us feel that we are not abandoned, but He is always there. For those who believe in Him will surely see the face of God. And this is the very foundation of our hope. And for an increase of faith, we find ourselves more capable of loving. For a person who has no faith in God is a person who only knows how to love oneself and finds it's very difficult, if not impossible, to love others. But for a person who has an increase of faith, one finds joy of loving. One finds the meaning of self-giving. Nga makakita siya kaanindot, nga muhatag, bisan siya mismo nagkalisod, bisan siya mismo angay hatagan, apan iyang gikalipay ang paghatag sa uban. This is only possible when we have this increase of faith, when we find ourselves maturing in faith. All the more our hearts are big, all the more our hearts are capable of loving and giving. Then therefore, of all the other things that we could possibly ask from the Lord, nita mangayo o Lord, tagay ko kwarta o makapalit ko o latest nga gadget, nga cellphone, mo manggihapon, text o call na manggihapon ninyo ang mahibawaan, no? Di hapon ta kagamit sa the full capacity of that gadget. How about asking the Lord for an increase of faith? For an increase of faith comes as well an increase of hope and an increase of our capacity of loving. May the prayers of the apostles be always our desires in our hearts, be always our prayers. Lord, increase our faith. Amen.